Hi friends, good evening. How are you? Hope you are safe. Normally, I face the camera for taking my photographs or videos for my channel. I'm much excited today because today I'm talking about the educational channel Smart Bell of AKMHSS Kotur. Really appreciate the great work behind the channel. Shaukat Ali sir, salute you. We all know that nowadays a variety of educational channels are available in the YouTube. But what makes Smart Bell something special is the involvement of students in the lessons. I really appreciate the commendable work of Shaukat Ali sir because he ensured the participation of each and every student in his videos. Based on the course book of plus 2, already 2 videos have been published, and with this third video, the 3 L's of empowerment lesson will be completed, I hope. I'm full of appreciations of all the 3 videos, especially the third one, because Shaukat Ali sir and his team of students tried their level best to include many motivational, highly inspirational videos in the third video. We know the 3 L's of women empowerment is our lesson, and I hope while transacting the idea of women empowerment, AKMHSS Kotur tried to include some great women from Malappuram itself. And in the third video, the district medical officer, the Iron Lady of Malappuram, Dr. K. Sakina, talks about women empowerment. And I truly believe that Dr. Sakina ma'am, her life is the message to the women across the world. We have to salute her works. Daily, how much she works for the people of Malappuram. And I'm sure in her hands, the health of Malappuram district is safe. Really congratulate the team to give us all a chance to listen to Dr. Sakina. Her words will sure inspire the youngsters, not only the youngsters, the entire women across the world, I feel. My dear friends, do watch this channel. Even though there are a lot of educational videos, I recommend you to watch this video, especially because the involvement of students really praiseworthy. So hope everybody will watch this channel, Smart Bell. I hope Smart Bell will make all of us smart, and it will help all the plus 1 and plus 2 students to become smart in their studies as well as in their life. Wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Bye-bye.
Now let us listen what Dr. Sakina ma'am has to say about the leadership qualities of women from her own experiences. We can rightly call her the Iron Woman of Malappuram. The medical team under her are doing 24 hours dedicated service to protect our lives from corona epidemic.
Hi Sakina ma'am, we are really honored to have you in this interview. As we all know, we are going through a very difficult situation due to the outbreak of epidemic. It's because of your support and hard work Malappuram is still less in its death rates than compared to the affected ones. Ma'am, you're really motivating and inspiring our thoughts. It has also strengthened our minds too. Now people face a difficult situation with boldness and protect themselves and others too. Now, ma'am, we have few questions based on a unit.
Good morning, ma'am. Hearty welcome. Ma'am, you are really a role model to all of us. Students like us are really lucky to be here and have a lot to hear from you. You are doing such a commendable job in your field during Nipah and nowadays Corona. Ma'am, can you please explain your educational background and how education helps one to shape their life?
Hello, good morning all. I am Dr. Sakina, District Medical Officer, Malappuram District. First of all, I thank and extend my sincere congratulations to Kotur Higher Secondary School Management and authorities for having such a wonderful topic, women empowerment, to all students to help them and to achieve their higher level education and in future society building. Because all basic foundation in the society is family, and actually the major role of family is the family major role is run by each mother, family as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter. There are lot of roles in the family. Each family constitute a society, we know. But if we have lot of families which with maximum good practices, maximum good achievements, our nation will be giving a wonderful support, and we could develop a wonderful nation as our country. And education, basic education of all mothers had a very good, we have been in Kerala, we have a very good background in education, health and all sectors in the family. And in the recent COVID management also, we are leading because of our society's good attitude towards their health, their health seeking behavior and practices. And all these we are achieving because of our primary health care, our education level, society's contribution, and basic foundation of all these achievements is education. And our girls are getting maximum opportunity for a good level education and good schools, facilities, support, everything. And I had my education from Malappuram district from Mangada Government Higher Secondary School, from UP School Kootil. Then my plus 2 or pre-degree education from Mercy College, Palakkad. Then I had my MBBS from Calicut Medical College. Then post-graduation from Sri Chitra Institute of Medical Sciences and Technology, Trivandrum. And I had done a very short course in public health and epidemiology from Harvard University, T.H. Chan Public Health School in Harvard, Boston, USA. Last year I had that course also. And all these educations and training, in my experiences, we have to learn continuously. And I usually utilize all learning opportunities throughout my career also. We have in our health service department so many trainings. I had attended so many high-level managerial training from our high-level institutions like our Calicut IMG Institute, then ASCI, Administrative Staff College of India, Hyderabad, and so many major level trainings and high-level trainings from WHO, UNICEF. And in health service department, we are blessed with such opportunity also. We actually utilize all such opportunity to learn continuously. And I think as a student, you also have that attitude towards learning more new things continuously throughout our life. And the education never ends. That is the first message you have to accept.
As we know, our beloved Sakina ma'am is here, the DMO of our district. Her activities are piece of inspiration for all of us, not only for the women, but also for the men. On this day, ma'am, I would like to ask you a few questions about women empowerment, and I think you are the right lady to answer this. Ma'am, as we talk about women empowerment, do you think that our state or district acquired its right position? And ma'am, what are your opinion about women empowerment?
And when coming to the empowerment side, in my opinion, when a woman she is working, she is earning for the family, she is having knowledge regarding means education. If she is educated, she is having some earnings, she can manage her family well, she can lead the society well. And if all children are, means all girls are having a leading more like in a better way, all children are going in a better way, we have a very good society. If the mother, she can manage her family very well, she can manage the society well, like small family constitute a society, then all society constitute a nation. And health is like a physical, social, mental, spiritual well-being as per WHO. Then all we should have a very good mental status. We should have a very good mental, physical, social health. And this can be achieved by a family, a mother. If mother can mold all family members like this to follow a healthy diet, a healthy thinking, and then automatically the society will have a healthy society also. Means our social health also will improve. And in our state, we have in our district also, we can see the Kudumbashri self-help groups. In our nation, we had so many challenges, financial challenges, but I think in our country, our state, we could withstand with MNREG workers, earnings, and family Kudumbashri self-help groups. They are earning for the family. Our families are run by these female warriors. Like other ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers also support a lot. In our family, if we see the Kudumbashri, ASHA workers, the Anganwadi workers, and other so many women, they are doing small tailoring roles and so many small things. Even though they have no other means career, means a PSC or government job, all families are managing well in Kerala, especially in our district also. And a peculiarity of our district is previously in our childhood days, we had to face so many challenges, like why you are not, why you are sending your daughter, why you are, her contemporaries are married, they are settled, there is no warranty like your child will be having a better position or job, then you have to look after her future, like things my parents also has to face. Then during my MBBS course, in between I had my marriage and I had my child also, first child, and I had my husband and family also supported very well in my education also. Means if we feel that we have no energy, we have no ability, we will be a failure. But I request all the students to go ahead with all challenges. If like it is just like a chess play. If we have one challenge or one difficulty, manage all our challenges by taking a plan B or plan C if our plan A is having a difficulty. Don't be upset. We have to face all challenges positively, take all challenges positively. And I think all girls, all female children have that ability also.
We are grateful for interviewing with you, have given us the overview of the topic, and thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Ma'am, please share one of your best experience in life with us. I wish you success in your endeavors.
While working as assistant surgeon in PSC in Nellore, there was a flood in July 2007, and the initial July 3rd, I remember, the flood came up to our gate, and we had a plan of action, like if something happens or something goes out of our control, what to do. And I discussed with my staff. Then majority of the local people told we used to have a flood with once in 10 years, and maybe we can expect a flood this year. And like on 7th I think the early morning people called me, and I rushed to the area with my husband in our vehicle, and at that time all the local people were gathered there. They helped me like anything, like they asked me what to do, doctor, we will help. Then after calling our staff, at that time mobile phones were not so familiar, but our staff were having mobile phone. I called all of them, and also the public, they helped us to transfer all the things. I told them like we have to transfer first the vaccines and the logistics and medicines of the hospital, then the files and all equipments. Then they helped, like when the water was up to their neck level, they transferred all the our ice refrigerators, like our vaccine refrigerators and all things. And when the files we had to transfer, the water level increased and they covered very high level, and they used very big chamber, the biryani vessels, and they used to transfer like all these vessels to transfer our files. It was a very memorable moment.
Hey everyone, I am Abdul Rahman of Sis2B, and today we are going to talk about women leadership. So we all know that women plays a major role in the economy of the modern world. So let us check the examples of it. The following is a list of women who has been elected as the head of the state or the government for their respective countries since the interwar period. The interwar period is from 1918 to 1939. And below list is the list of appointed head of state. The first thing to include female presidents who are head of state and may also be the head of government. And this list does not include female monarchs who are the head of state. First of all, we have Virginia Bush. Is sometimes considered the first modern woman leader of a national government. She was Minister of Interior and acting leader in 1917 and 1918 of the People's Secretariat of Ukraine, one of a number of completing ruling bodies in the Ukrainian People's Republic. Kerte Kachimatoka, of the mostly recognized and new defunct Tuvan People's Republic, is referred as first ever elected woman head in the state of world. Impressive, eh? She became the chair of the country's presidium in 1940. The first woman to be democratically elected as prime minister as a country of Sirimavo Bandaranaike of Ceylon, present day as Sri Lanka, when she led her party to victory at 1960 general election. The first woman to serve as a president of country was Isabel Martinez de Perón of Argentina, who as vice president succeeded Lee to the presidency in 1974 after the death of her husband. The first woman elected president of the country was Vigdis Finnbogadóttir of Iceland, who won the 1980 presidential election, as well as the third other, also become the longest serving non-hereditary female head of the state in history. 16 years and 0 days in office.
Yes, we listened to that talk. The importance of including women in all spheres of activities of the society to color their future. The very essence of leadership is women themselves should identify, should realize the capacities and capabilities. When women become leaders, they can formulate plans and programs according to their viewpoint. It is not men, but women themselves should break the shackles of exclusion, come forward and fight all the difficulties they face. Here are some instances.
കാടാമ്പുഴയിലെ ഗോപാലൻ ഉഷ ദമ്പതികളുടെ മൂത്ത മകളും MA ബിരുദധാരിയും BEd വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനിയുമായ ശ്രീദേവിക്ക് തന്റെ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ യോഗ്യത തെങ്ങുകയറ്റത്തിന് തടസ്സമല്ല. കോവിഡ് ഭീതിയുടെ ലോക്ഡൌണിൽ കുടുംബത്തിന്റെ വിശപ്പ് മാറ്റാനാണ് അച്ഛന്റെ തൊഴിലായ തെങ്ങുകയറ്റം ശ്രീദേവി ഏറ്റെടുത്തത്. അതിജീവനത്തിന്റെയും ആത്മവിശ്വാസത്തിന്റെയും വിജയഗാഥ തീർക്കുകയാണ് ഈ പെൺകുട്ടി. മലപ്പുറത്തു നിന്നുള്ള റിപ്പോർട്ട് കാണാം.
അസുഖത്തെ തുടർന്ന് അച്ഛന് ജോലിക്ക് പോകാൻ കഴിയാതെ വന്നതോടെയാണ് അമ്മയും അനുജത്തിമാരും ഉൾപ്പെട്ട കുടുംബത്തിനു താങ്ങായി ശ്രീദേവി തെങ്ങുകയറാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചത്. ഏറെ ശ്രമകരമെങ്കിലും കോവിഡ് സാഹചര്യം ആവശ്യപ്പെടും പോലെ സാമൂഹിക അകലം പാലിച്ചുള്ള ജോലി ആത്മവിശ്വാസത്തോടെ ശ്രീദേവി ഏറ്റെടുത്തു.
അപ്പം ഞാനിപ്പം BEd ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ പഠിച്ചതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ജോലി നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ജനസമ്പർക്കം ഉണ്ടാവും. അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ജോലി ഇപ്പോൾ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സാഹചര്യമില്ല. അപ്പോഴാണ് ജനസമ്പർക്കം ഇല്ലാതെ ആളുകളിലേക്ക് എത്താതെ എന്ത് ജോലി ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും എന്നുള്ളതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ആലോചിക്കണത്. അങ്ങനെയാണ് അച്ഛൻ മുന്നേ പറഞ്ഞൊരു വാക്കൊക്കെ ഓർമ്മ വരുന്നത്, ഒരു ആൺകുട്ടി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ അച്ഛൻ്റെ കൂടെ തേങ്ങടാൻ പോകുമായിരുന്നു എന്നൊക്കെ. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ സമയത്താണ് ഞാൻ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് ആലോചിക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ ആലോചിച്ച സമയത്ത് ഞാൻ അച്ഛൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നല്ല റെസ്പോൺസ് ആയിരുന്നില്ല ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ അതാണോ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകണേന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ ഞാൻ അച്ഛൻ്റെ തളപ്പൊക്കെ എടുത്ത് തെങ്ങിലൊന്ന് കയറിയൊക്കെ നോക്കി. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ബോഡി വെയിറ്റ് വെച്ചിട്ട് എനിക്കത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല എന്ന് ഉറപ്പായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെയാണ് ഞാൻ മെഷീൻ മേടിക്കുന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് സംസാരിക്കണതൊക്കെ. അങ്ങനെ കുറേ ദിവസം പറഞ്ഞു, അവരത്ര കാര്യമാക്കിയില്ല. അതിന് ശേഷം മെഷീൻ മേടിച്ചു തന്നു. ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ ഈ തെങ്ങിലൊക്കെ തന്നെ കയറി പഠിച്ചു. അങ്ങനെ ആദ്യത്തെ ദിവസം അവിടെ ആ വീട്ടിൽ തേങ്ങയിടാൻ പോയി. പിന്നെ അതിങ്ങനെ സ്ഥിരമായിട്ട് ചെയ്യണു.
അച്ഛൻ കരുത്തായി കൂടെ നിന്നപ്പോൾ അവൾ ഉയരങ്ങൾ കീഴടക്കി.
ഇപ്പം ആദ്യം കയറാൻ പോയപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് വലിയ പേടിയുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, എല്ലാവർക്കും, അച്ഛനും അമ്മയ്ക്കൊക്കെ. പിന്നെ കയറി 2 ഇളനീർ, ആദ്യമായിട്ട് അവൾ പോയത് അവിടെ 2 ഇളനീരിടാനാണ്. കുട്ടിക്ക് സുഖമില്ല എന്നെ ഒന്ന് വിളിച്ചപ്പം അവൾ പോവുമായിരുന്നു. ഇളനീരൊക്കെ ഇട്ട് കൊടുത്ത് വെട്ടി കൊടുത്തപ്പം സന്തോഷമായി. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് 80 റുപ്യ കിട്ടി 2 തെങ്ങിൽ കയറിയിട്ട്.
വിശപ്പും കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകളും നിറഞ്ഞ ബാല്യത്തിൽ ശ്രീദേവി കണ്ട സ്വപ്നമായിരുന്നു പഠിച്ചു വലിയ ആളായി കുടുംബത്തിനു വേണ്ടി കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന അച്ഛനും അമ്മയ്ക്കും തണലാകണമെന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരിക്കൽ പോലും തെങ്ങുകയറാൻ ആലോചിച്ചില്ല, ആഗ്രഹിച്ചില്ല. പക്ഷേ ലോക്ക്ഡൌൺ കാല പ്രതിസന്ധികൾ മുറിച്ചു കടക്കാൻ വേറെ വഴിയില്ലായിരുന്നു. കട്ടയ്ക്ക് കൂടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന അമ്മയുടെയും അച്ഛന്റെയും മകളായി ജനിച്ചതാണ് തന്റെ ശക്തിയെന്ന് ശ്രീദേവി പറയുന്നു. അതെ, ഈ പെൺകുട്ടി ഇനിയും ഉയരങ്ങളിലേക്കാണ്, അതിർവരമ്പുകളില്ലാതെ. സുരേഷ് എടപ്പാൾ, ദൂരദർശൻ ന്യൂസ്, മലപ്പുറം.
Meet Safa Febin, a class 11 student of a government school in Malappuram. She stole the limelight after she translated Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's English speech to Malayalam. When Rahul Gandhi asked one of the students of the school to volunteer for translating his speech, Safa courageously took up the challenge and shared the stage with Gandhi. The 16-year-old girl translated Rahul Gandhi's speech flawlessly and made the school proud.
Now, I'll start with a couple of things.
ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് തുടങ്ങാൻ പോകുന്നത്.
First of all,
ആദ്യമായിട്ട്
in his address, Anil Kumar ji said that this is one of the best schools in the constituency.
അനിൽ കുമാർ സാർ പറഞ്ഞു നമ്മുടെ മലപ്പുറം ജില്ലയിലെ ഏറ്റവും ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്കൂളാണ് ഇത് എന്നുള്ളത്.
So my request to you is he has given 50 lakhs. Make sure that you pressure him to give you more.
അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ അപേക്ഷ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ കൂടുതൽ ഫണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തെ നിർബന്ധിതനാക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്.
After the speech, Rahul Gandhi also appreciated Safa's effort and presented a chocolate to her. The Wayanad MP had arrived at the state-run higher secondary school to inaugurate a science laboratory built for rupees 5 million.
Ma'am? Yes? Cockpit ഒന്ന് കാണാൻ പറ്റുമോ? What's your name? Pallavi Ravindran. Acha, I want to become a pilot.
Two-seater, single engine. She's a brave girl.
What is VX?
Best angle of climb.
VY?
Best rate of climb. Dhule Tower, Victor Mike X-ray. Ready for departure. Runway 27.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 27. Rolling.
Cloud9 Airlines. ഞാൻ എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് വൈസ് പ്രസിഡന്റ് എയർലൈൻസ്. ഞങ്ങൾ എയർലൈൻസിൽ എയർ ഹോസ്റ്റസ് ആയി. Any pilots on board?
Experiencing severe turbulence. Passing flight level 180. Suspected hydraulic failure, and after landing, we might block the runway.
I can't see the runway.
I can. Landing gear down. Check.
Hope you have all enjoyed this lesson. Let's meet again. Thank you.